Alright everybody, welcome back into the Golden Tee Lounge. As always, for live streaming, it's Kevin here. We are playing today's Throwback Thursday Daily Contest, Desert Valley Resort. Going back a few years to Golden Tee 2015. If you haven't played that year Golden Tee, I'm sure you've seen this course throughout Money Shot Contest, our Freaky Fridays. I know hole 6, the par 3, is a huge favorite of Adam Kramer, so there's no chance you've never seen that hole before, but let's get things started here. So $1,977 in this Throwback Thursday's prize pool, with a top prize of $179.73. Looks like Seth Staniford is in first right now, and followed not far behind by Evan Gossett, Jeff Harlow, Brian Bernhardt, and then Jared Decker rounding out the top 5 so far today. Let's take a look at the clubs. Nothing different here than what you guys are probably used to seeing. Grabber golf balls, 10.5 degree driver, 9.5 degree driver, lob wedge, G wedge with some super spin, a couple hybrids, 8 wood, 6 wood, 5-3, and then you are all set. Not the best look here on hole 1 for drive to get on the green in 1. I was unsuccessful the first time, so we're just gonna try to lay up and attack the hole for eagle. Ryan, Phil, Shane, John, good to see you guys all joining us. Much appreciated. If you guys have any questions about this course or any of the shots that I'm hitting or anything like that, feel free as always to ask. A lot going on this week. Myself, Adam, and a handful of the marketing and sales team will be in Las Vegas all of next week for a few different trade shows, Amusement Expo, Nightclub and Bar. So if you're out in Las Vegas, feel free to come check out our booth at the Amusement Expo and Nightclub and Bar. Shoot us a message if you are going to be there, and hopefully we'll get a chance to see any of you guys out there that'll be in the area. Monday we have, or let's take the back. Friday, tomorrow. I think it's Thursday. It's been a long week. Can't remember. But this week's Freaky Friday. Break the scoreboard 4.0. So major opportunity to shoot a 40 under or better. A lot of drivable par 5s, all par 5s throughout that contest. We'll hopefully have a live stream there for you guys as well tomorrow. Get that scheduled here for probably early afternoon as we get prepared to head out of the somewhat warm but still kind of cold Chicago. It is springtime, but our weather has not figured out what it wants to do yet. So hopefully Vegas will be a lot more cooperative with the warm weather for the few seconds we might be able to get outside and enjoy it. On Monday, we've got a very special Mixed Up Monday contest. We've thrown Pine Meadow into the mix there. It's the first time that you'll be able to play that course all mixed up. Setup does look, or another setup, but the arrangement of holes looks pretty good so far. Hopefully that contest, you guys are able to get out on Monday and play that. Have some fun with that. Most likely won't be able to do a live stream for you from Vegas, but you never know. Stranger things have happened, so we will try our best to do so. Hole 6, par 3, Adam Kramer's undeniable favorite par 3 of all time. It's probably been in more Freaky Friday contests than one could probably count. Hopefully we can do him justice and hole out here. Not going to happen. Only played one game on this contest so far. John, you're absolutely right. Logan Bowman, good friend. Thank you for the shout out of the Scots, as see on the shirt here. Played one game so far in today's contest just to get a little bit of a feel before bringing it to you guys live. Nothing crazy. Looks like scores are, there's a few scores that are in the 30s, but these guys are playing a lot of games. Looks like it's a 28 par But there are definitely a few shots here that after a few games, hole 6 being one of them, you could probably pin that shot down a little bit more. I'll take that. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like there's too many looks where we could possibly get a hole in one on the live stream, but we'll do our best. Jared, we get into Vegas on Monday, this coming Monday, the 25th, and then we're there through Thursday night. A lot of stuff going on, different expos, shows. We'll be meeting with our friends at the Orleans Hotel and Casino, the host of last year and this year's World Championship. A lot of exciting production, 2 months away, 3 months away, whatever we're at now. Actually, we are exactly 3 months away to the day. Shout out for that. So June 21st through the 23rd at the Orleans Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas. So if you weren't able to join us last year, shame on you. Hopefully you watched live. But again, we're going to have one final qualifier get in that Friday night through our closest to the pin contest. There's a lot of exciting stuff. Last year was great to watch Dave Sandmeyer, who's a great friend of the program, win his entry in to that tournament. Was amazing. But we're taking everything we did last year and we're getting a little crazier. Hopefully have more for you guys in the next month or so to talk about that, but a lot of exciting stuff going on. And once things are finalized and we can tell the world, you guys will not want to miss some of the announcements we have coming up. We've got 74 qualifiers this year. A majority coming through events mode, which is on Pine Meadow right now. Next week we'll be heading back to Beals Creek to close out the 2019 rotation. Have a really exciting contest for the following week for the core setup. Don't want to let that out of the bag yet, but hopefully Adam and I will be able to announce that in one of the 10 videos that we're going to record between today and end of day tomorrow. Oh, look at that. Dave Sandmeyer. How'd I know? You say his name, it's like Beetlejuice, he shows up. But as always, good to see you along for the ride, my friend. Kevin O'Connor, Luke Nelson, also great friends of the program. I'm sure Danny Boy is messaging us on YouTube. Oh, no. No messages from Danny Boy on the YouTube side of things, so. But as you guys can see, pretty straightforward look here today on Desert Valley. Just kind of want to give you guys a brief view of what is going on, and then the second and third game we'll get a little bit down into the nitty-gritty here. Dave Sandmeyer calling a shot to the World Championship in Vegas. Good luck, my friend. Hopefully, I know you'll be there, but there's going to be a lot of exciting stuff going on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Even if you don't qualify, come out Friday night, have a drink with us, buy us a drink if you like us enough. But seriously, come out and play the closest to the pin contest. There'll be a lot of local players, a lot of national and world players, a lot of incredible technology folk and fans of the program. A lot of stuff you're not going to want to miss, and there's going to be a lot of interaction for the people that aren't playing in the qualifier on Saturday and Sunday. So I promise you, not just marketing speak, not just coming soon, there is going to be a lot of fun and exciting stuff at the Worlds that we'll announce soon. Okay, real quickly, hole 13. If you've ever played this course, you know how awful it is trying to line up on that little strip of fairway and still have a decent shot to the green and two. So what we're going to do is just going to do a high T9.5. That did not go out all the way, so that's getting wet. But actually a nice big A1 will get you on the strip of fairway for attempting an eagle approach shot. Fortunately, did not get my shot all the way out to the one, so we're taking a birdie. But honestly, a birdie on this par 5 is not the end of the world. Hole 14, this drivable par 4, actually one of the best setups I've ever seen. Pretty straightforward shot. You just kind of curve around the big mounds of sand. And backspin, boom, you're on the green putting in for eagle. Jerry, if you want, I should be tagged on there in this post. Honestly, just shoot me a message. Give me your player's name, his 8-digit player ID, or the 10-digit cardless ID that he uses to check in, and I will do my best to get him back up and running in his account. Hopefully that doesn't get wet. Stop. Perfect. Jared, recommendation on the nachos. Cross the street. Okay, well, Jesus. Well, if it's across the street, I think we might be able to do that when we're out visiting the Orleans today, or next week, hopefully. Let's see. Hole 16, another somewhat difficult par 5, but this is actually a lot less trickier than the previous one you guys watched me water. You just need to feel comfortable not being set up directly with the pin, and that's kind of when I have this 10.5-degree driver. And we're just basically going to cut around that water spot in the green and hopefully putting in for a pretty simple eagle here. Shane, we are in week 6, so there's 6 weeks of qualifying left after this, if my math is correct. We have the home edition qualifying contest going on all month long as well. Also, this week, our non-prize play state qualifiers. So that's, what is it, New Jersey, South Dakota, Arizona is in there because of events mode limits, and 2 other states that I can never remember. But if you're in a non-prize play state, go out, play Crawdad Swamp, our brand new Golden Tee 4 Remastered course that just came out last week, or in events mode, and then just was released today, or excuse me, on Monday this week for prize play, non-prize play, casual contests, etc. So until Sunday night, all the way up through Sunday night, the best top 4 players with the best 5-game average score will get their entry into the Golden Tee World Championship as well. Alright, so now we've done a quick run through here of Desert. Now we can get a little bit more in depth with some of the shots.
Joining me today in the tower is Peter Jacobson. Next up, golfer 1.
Alright. Just for fun, we will go ahead and try to get the green in 1 here. High tee it with a 10.5-degree driver just to try to get over some of those trees. I got 150 on the dial there, not the full power, but still actually a pretty good chip shot, whatever you want to call it, at eagle here. Hole 2, pretty straightforward look here. I prefer kind of softing a driver with grabbers and backspin. That's why you'll see me use the 10.5-degree driver a lot. Obviously the 9.5-degree with grabbers pushes that ball a little bit too far out past where we want to be on the green. So a little bit more, pulled it back a little bit more to the right of the B than I wanted to, but still putting in for a pretty simple shot for eagle here on hole 2 of Desert Valley. The nice thing about this contest, the daily contest, if you don't know already, is you can play as many times as you want in a 24-hour period. And this hole, hole 3, and hole 6, I actually set up very well for hole outs, for hole in ones. So if you need to, you know, if you're out there playing a few games and you're trying to get better, the same conditions all day. So what is it, 3:15? It's actually 3:16. Happy belated Austin 3:16 day. But if you play the contest more than once, you're going to see the same exact setup, so you can teach yourself, you know, a few different ways to get better. Learn some of those shots that might be a little bit difficult for you when you're playing the regular 2019 courses. And that goes for any daily contest that we have. Same contest all 24 hours of the day. Play as many times as you want. especially with these live streams that we try to do a couple times a week. You can watch the shots that we hit, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and hopefully try to shape your game around it. Not always the easiest thing to do, absolutely understandable. Okay, well, we caught the sand there, unfortunately. Probably the last grain of sand that we could have caught on this hill. So we got wet there, but that's okay. Oh, look at that. Almost chipped in for birdie to redeem myself. All good there, though. But the nice thing, like I said, these daily contests can be used as nice teaching tools. And the nice thing, again, is some of these holes, you can learn where you need to set your tee box at to really, you know, really up your game a stroke or two the second or third or fourth time that you play some of these contests. This par 5 is sometimes a little bit tricky, so that's especially a 10.5 degree driver. My best friend when it comes to this game. I'd say second to the 5 hybrid when it comes to chipping, but hopefully we're not having to chip too much in this live stream. Some of these holes, like hole 8, normally I play around with the tee, move it, and see how it goes. But as most of you know, as soon as you get a rhythm down on a certain hole, you know it's just better to not disturb that rhythm, which is why I kind of just teed it up and just you just wing it and hope you don't clip any of those trees there. Phil, I was trying to do my best to do that. Hole 6 is one of those holes I probably have 1 or 2 hole-in-ones on. I'm not as good as I should be when it comes to moving the tee box and kind of planning the shot after that. But I would say in the third game around, we're definitely going to ace that hole 6. Try something different here, just so you guys can see a different approach shot on hole 10 here. Really depends on what you feel comfortable with. I don't mind curving my driver like this. Actually, it's probably going to work out pretty dang well. Almost shot points, but personally for me, it's easier to hit a 5-wood or 3-wood and have a longer approach shot over that hill of sand just to be safe. One thing most people don't think about until they actually hit their shot on hole 11 is the elevation change from where the fairway is up to the green. So that's why I clubbed up to the 5-wood. I didn't hit it as hard as I wanted to, but I clubbed up to the 5-wood to give myself a little bit more of distance on there. That was just a really bad shot.
Peter, what do you think? This one really has to be
Trying to navigate all your guys' hilarious comments. But when you have the rusty trusty 5 hybrid, every once in a while you actually can chip like you have been playing this game since you were a kid. Alright, here we go. Hole 13, par 5, top left tee box. Spinny A1. Somehow again I missed the shot that I hit earlier where I actually skipped the water and got it on the fairway. So hopefully by round 3 we can actually get that on the live stream so people believe that I once made that shot. Hole 14, pretty straightforward look here, just to hold that flyby button down, avoid the trees in front of you, put a little bit of a curve on it, not enough there, but we're just going to use that good old 5 hybrid again, chip in for eagle, boom. You're good. Now, personally, some of you might find it easier to hit an 8-wood high. I just don't like doing that because you lose spin. It's also pretty difficult to hit a low 6-wood here just because of where the pin's at. So that's why I put bite on the 3 hybrid, and I kind of hit it. I don't hit it too hard, but hard enough that with grabbers it catches the green and gives it a little bit of spin back. High tee on hole 16. Par 5, just hit a nice A1. You basically want to get the distance from hitting an A1. I tried a C3 earlier and that went wet. And then you really just kind of have to... This is perfect for those that are trying to practice some different shots. And look at that. Now look at that. Now would you normally try to pull back to the B and hit it out to the right of the 2 for a shot like that? No. But after you've been playing this game enough, you do start to catch on to some of those shots. So that is what we try to do with these live streams, is get you guys to see some of those crazy shots that those guys that are shooting 20s and 30 unders, they're hitting. I'd be very impressed to see if anybody has hit a hole-in-one outside of an ultra shot on hole 17. A pretty difficult setup with a wind to the right and a top left pin. And then hole 18, actually a pretty short shot here. No spin because I have the super spin clubs, and we're just going to hopefully let this ball trickle down close to the pin there. Probably too close for great shot points, but putting in for 25. Unfortunately, a few strokes off from the 2 par 4s, the 1 drivable par 4 where we got a bad sand kick, and then the hole 13 where we went in the water. So we'll play one more game here.
The weather conditions are today here at Desert Valley Resort.
All right. We'll do the 10.5 degree driver A1 shot. Again, just to clear those trees. Unfortunately, caught them this time, so we're not going to have a fun close chip out. But we're still on the green, putting for birdie. Well, not the green, but still putting in for birdie. Hole 2, this time we'll use a tee. We'll throw it over to the left. Try to hit it straight there. The wind is at a 9-mile-an-hour wind is going to help you out, but it's a little tough to blow it towards the pin because it's going about the 10:30, 11 o'clock. So not going to offer you too much there. Hole 3. Hopefully we can get this one. I think I'm a little bit too far. Yeah, we're going to get great shot points again, but now notice how with this hole and hole 6, the 2 par 3s to kick off this round, I'm not pulling back. So obviously pulling back usually gives you better control. It all depends on the player, but for me personally, I know when I want to hit a shot dead straight that I do not pull back, because then it throws off my game. So that's why with some of those shots where I'm trying to get it dead straight, some people thumb. Some of us that are not good at thumbs just kind of push it straight with our three middle fingers there, and usually works out pretty well. Now I gotta be careful with this hole because there are those trees there. Actually might work out to my advantage. Look at that. Oh, we're gonna watch the replay there. So I'm using a 10.5 degree driver because I got close, but with that wind blowing left, have to cut against the wind. Thankfully got some fringe love there and some great shot points, but obviously those trees play a bit of a factor in the type of shot you're gonna approach shot you hit there. All right. Hole 5 again, we're gonna do high tee 10.5. We're gonna hit a little bit harder this time to avoid the awful sand kick. Just kidding. Oh, that was, so we got the sand kick that time. Thankfully, higher up on the sand mound. Almost aced it. That would have actually been some great YouTube shot there. But we're putting in for eagle and not putting in for par this time, which is always a positive. All right, hole 6. I'm going to move it over a little bit farther to the right. Hopefully, finally get this one in. Look at that. Oh, come on. Ah, dang it. We might be playing a 4th game just for that hole alone. So notice, you know, this is the 3rd game on the live stream, my 4th game overall for today, and I've slowly but surely inched that tee farther and farther over to the right, but not by much, just a hair by hair, because I know I don't need too much different distance, or excuse me, I don't need to aim too far to the left there. Hopefully, you know what, this is actually not too bad today. We might end up playing a 4th game. Phil, I just want you to be able to watch a hole-in-one on a par 3, just so when you go out there and play, hopefully you can do the same thing. Hole 8, same thing. Normally I would show you what to do, but if I try to, not only will I screw up the shot, but I will also get it in the water. So just pull it back to the A, hit it out to the 1, avoid those trees, and then you'll be good to go. Wish the wind was blowing to the right instead of left, because this would make this hole almost drivable, if not real close chip for eagle. Ah, almost got it to kick back with that super spin, and that wind just crushed back towards the pin. Alright, even though we got great shot points last time, I'm going to go back to the shot I feel more comfortable with, or almost great shot points. I'm going to go back to this shot. Now notice these little bushes here, and of course the desert trees. You want to make sure to avoid them, which with the 10.5 degree driver you don't have to worry about. You'll most likely clear them, have a little bit of a longer putt than normal. Same thing I mentioned before. Notice the steep elevation change here, which is why I'm clubbing up to the 5 wood, and I'm hitting it a little bit farther, or what might seem at first more than I need. But with that wind in your face like that, dead straight, elevation change, definitely going to need to play it safe there. Since I clearly can't cut the ball like I did the first few games, we're going to do a low tee, which actually is awful. Awful, because now I get to 5 hybrid 8 chips, dead straight, 40 yards. And that was actually awful. Barely went around there. That was just a bad tee shot. Could have been a lot worse, though, I will say that. Alright, we're going to do a low tee this time with backspin. Get it out all the way there. Now, of course, this time I low tee it, and I get it out all the way and catch the water. So the shot there is definitely a high tee, but you got to make sure you get the full A1. Otherwise, you're most likely going to end up like me the last couple of games and just getting wet. This hole, hole 14, again, very generous look. You just want to avoid the sand and the trees. That right 6 and the 8-mile-an-hour wind to the right are really going to help you get close, even get some great shot points like yours truly. There's a, you know, if you play this game, today's daily contest 4 or 5 times, there's definitely some holes here that are really scoreable. That being one of them, hole 3 and hole 6, the par 3s to kick off Desert Valley. Hole 1, if you get a solid enough shot with the 10.5 degree driver. Already telling you now, we've only been streaming half an hour, so we're gonna go at least one more game. I say that knowing very well that I might get into another groove and then say, you know what, we're gonna play one more. it's Thursday, working hard, and we are going to have some fun here. Now notice this time I went farther out to the right because I was closer to the green. And you got to be strategic with the way some of these shots you hit them. You know, yes, you always want to try to hole out when you're going for the pin, but it's not always doable. And honestly, sometimes it's better to get on the green, have a wonderful shot on the green for eagle versus trying to hole something out and then potentially have a birdie or worse. All right, hole 18. Very nice setup here to just kind of push that forward. Still, this is another hole, sets up really short and very doable to finish out your round. So 26, we left out an eagle putt and a birdie there. So 28's your par with definitely at least 2, if not 3 holes that are reachable after a few games. So we'll play at least one more here. This course is pretty short in terms of distance, so it goes by so fast. So we'll go ahead and play at least one more here, see if we can find a few more strokes to save you. Yeah, so the problem with that is if you get it out way too far like I did, then you're clipping those trees. Didn't get it out far enough. That's okay though. So hole 1 is not necessarily a gimme. It's definitely doable though for eagle. Hole 2, same thing. You want to just basically get on the green. You're putting in for eagle. All right, now this. Now, see, I did it. It's hard to tell, actually, even more so than before. I keep pushing it very, very, like, literally a hair to the left. But it is there. Hole 3 is definitely there. Hole 6 is absolutely going to be there, which we're going to ace for this par 3 coming up. Got everything there, the 158. So actually we can go straight at the pin and not have to even worry about clipping trees. That's okay though. Definitely will take a eagle with some GSPs there. All right, hole 5. High tee, 10.5. We're going to hit it harder than we have before. Please don't hit the sand and go wet. Oh, look at that. Boom. I'll take it. I will absolutely positively take the sand assist. I'm definitely YouTubing that, but I don't trust any of you, unfortunately, so we are not showing what my phone number and email is because most of you already have it anyways. But we will absolutely show the game to show how that miraculous shot happened. So I'm almost positive that this hit, yeah, just barely caught the bottom of the sand there, and then boom, right in the hole. So I'm excited because not only did I just ace a par 4 on the live stream finally, but what we're going to do now is we are now going to ace a par 3. So we're going to go back to back. Ah, damn it. Did I get it? Nope. Went too far right that time. I knew that wasn't going to happen, but thought I would try to call it. Still happy that it finally got a darn hole-in-one on a par 4 on the live stream, because it's been eluding me the last few live streams. Just all kinds of shots around and around the cup, but nothing actually in. So feel a lot better now. All right, so this one hit it a little bit too hard, so I'm not exactly centered to the cup, but shouldn't be too much of a problem. This is a pretty straightforward par 5 for number 7 here. Now we just need to make sure that we don't screw up any more shots. Speaking of screwing up shots, almost hit that one a little too soft. But honestly, for this whole 8, your 125 to 130 range, if you're pulling it to the A and hitting it out to the 1, that's pretty much where you're going to want to go. You don't want to hit it too hard and screw up the path that the ball has, but definitely doable there. That, if this doesn't go in, I'm going to be very sad. Ah! Once again, zipping right past the hole, but that's okay.
Ready to tee it up. Golf for 1. That's taking a dive. No water, Peter. It's dry.
So that's the one thing you will find tricky is on like some of these holes, like 7 and then also 10, you're not always going to get lined up directly to the pin with your approach shot. So you've got to play that one carefully, but nothing too difficult there. You just have to take a step back, take a breath, and then approach the shot from there.
Now the tee shot of golf for 1. Good one. Gotta love being in the fairway.
Alright, we're going to go 6 wood just to see what happens. Ah, almost got it. Didn't want to crush the 6 wood too much because I did not want, if I didn't hit the cup, I didn't want it to come back too much. So,
Golf for 1 on tee.
alright. Oh, barely just missed the green there. Always got to be something when I hole out in Golden Tee, which is why you see me behind this Golden Tee machine and not actually on the leaderboards much. So, alright, final live stream for today's daily contest on Desert Valley. So what we're going to do is we're going to absolutely crush it and hopefully still get wet. Alright, well, the shot is there to definitely skip the water. Apparently, the Golden Tee gods just don't want me to show it to you because I only did it when I wasn't live streaming.
Well, it's on the green, Peter. Putt for birdie. Golf for 1 on
Hole 14, another one of those that's pretty close to being an ace pretty often on this setup. You just got to make sure that you don't hit it too hard and hit it out too far to the left. But even if you don't get it in the cup, you know, most of these setups here on Desert give you a pretty straightforward look for putting in for eagle, which is never a bad thing. And thankfully there's some fringe behind me to save my shot because almost was getting close to the water there. Got all that one there. Got it out a little bit farther to the left than I wanted, but again, you've seen probably, what, 4 approach shots here. Nothing too crazy. That was actually some really... That was some talent right there. I was very concerned about hitting that Desert Valley sandbank, but thankfully, we are good. Now, this is the last game, so we're going to try something different here. And probably not my brightest idea. I was trying to put release on it to go for, to go for an ace, but now I'm just chipping for eagle, or basically what I knew as to be almost a guaranteed water ball. So, that's okay. That's what happens, you know, it's the last stream. You got to try some fancy new things. Hopefully, this is soft enough where we can actually end on an ace, because then I'd feel really good. Almost. Okay, so we're putting in for 25 here. 28 is definitely the par. Hole 3, Hole 6, the first par 3s of Desert Valley are absolutely aceable. You just got to play it safe. On hole 5, make sure that you don't hit the sandbank, or if you do, that you get very lucky in doing so. I'm actually going to throw that shot on YouTube because that was pretty nice. I have to give a self-pat there. Don't do it too often. But even with the few pars there on 17 and 12, still shot 25, still worth a handful of dollars back in today's daily contest. $1,977 prize pool, $170 or so top prize, and it's what, almost 4 o'clock. So you've got about 8 hours left to get out there, play as many games as you want, watch this live stream, make some of the great shots that I made, don't make some of the poor shots that I made, and hopefully you can put together a great round. So be sure to check out Golden Tee on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll be pushing a lot of content over the next few days. You'll be seeing a lot of my smug face and Adam Kramer's ball-capped head. So we'll catch you guys tomorrow, another live stream for Freaky Friday, and then we'll catch you all next week while we're out in Las Vegas. Till next time.